Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to share with you an update of my planner and journal system as far as the third quarter is concerned and what changes I will be making into them as we enter the last months of 2022. So let us begin with my main planner and I'll just move the others aside. So my main planner is a Hobonichi cousin. Okay, so if you are a regular on my channel, you might already know about my love for the Hobonichi cousin. Thankfully, it has not changed at all. I will continue with this planner probably till the end of this year. And this is the planner I'm going to store as well, even if I don't keep my other planners. This one has everything except for work and social media. So this will be what I store because a short recap of this planner is that I use the dailies for journaling where I memory keep. The weeklies are for my to-do list, me time, events and such. Then of course the monthlies are pre-planning as well as an overview of the month for me. And I tend to use pretty much all the spreads in this planner. If you want a clear detailed view of it, I would suggest checking out my video on how I use my Hobonichi cousin, which I will try to link below in the description. Because this is just a perfect planner for me. Of course, there were a few minor temptations this year because if you have noticed, there are many companies that have came out with TRP planners this year. So many have come out in different formats, different sizes, and I was really tempted by that. Even now, I am considering some of them for next year. I would definitely think about that. But as far as this year is concerned, I'm going to go ahead with this planner. I have not been completely consistent with it in the sense that there were a few months back where I stopped using some of the spreads in this planner, but at the same time I think I was quite happy about the fact that I didn't really abandon it. I was using at least some of the other spreads. So even now at this point, if you've seen my previous flip through video of September, you might have noticed that I've come back to using this planner regularly, which makes me quite happy as such. Now that is more or less about this planner. I won't go on babbling about it. This is my love and it will stay with me as far as this year is concerned. Let us go ahead to the next one, which is also interestingly a Hobonichi cousin. Now this one, okay, is my work planner. In fact, I did a stupid thing which you might have seen in my previous planner update. I have two planners for work. This is the worst idea that I came up with. I do not know what I was thinking, keeping two planners for work. Like, who does that? It was a failure. Okay, I'll just go into it, the short idea of it. So this is my main work planner and I've been assigned a separate work duty over the past few years, in fact, where this work should actually be given to someone else. They have not found someone appropriate for it. And I've taken on the duty. Of course, I'm getting additional money for it, but I really don't want to do it. I hope they find someone else because it is taxing on me. It's taking a toll on my time, my health, everything. I just wanted to go to someone else. So this planner was in the hopes that I get to abandon this part of the work as soon as someone else comes for that. But yes, let's just go into whether I will continue with it or not. This one, I currently use only the monthly spreads and a few of the notes pages. Most of it has gone empty, I think, somewhere from along September onwards. This is an April start, to be clear. Both are April starts. This is the April start weeks and this is the April start cousin. So this one I think I stopped using around September, except for the monthly and a few notes pages as such. So it is not that I have not used it at all. I still use it, and I'll probably continue this till it finishes, but this is definitely not a part of my next year's planning system. I will not keep two planners for work. I will somehow incorporate it all into one planner as far as the next year is concerned. So definitely abandoning this for next year. And as far as this one is concerned, this is the Hobonichi cousin. I love it as my main personal planner, but I hate it for work. Okay. Now the problem with this is that it is a lot of space. While as my main planner, I love the space that it gives me. Here, I feel that I don't really need all the spreads. So the monthlies are good. I use it for all my main appointments, events that are there. The dailies are also good for additional notes, meeting notes and such. But as far as the weeklies are concerned, I frankly don't like them because I try to use them. It's not that I left them blank. This started in April. I think I tried to use them up to August in some way or the other. I tried different planning styles. Most of it were redundant. I felt that I was just trying to use it when I really didn't have any idea what to do with it. I even tried to use them as memo pages, but that also didn't work out great. Somehow this format is not working for me as far as my work life is concerned. So have I been using it? Yes. Unlike the other small work planner, this one I have been using regularly. So the monthlies and dailies, yes, I use it regularly. But the thing is, I'm not really happy with it, okay, where I enjoy using this planner as such. So I will continue with this till March. Since this is an April start planner, it ends in March. But I definitely will move on to my previous love, that is EC. I've always used an Erin Condren planner for work, specifically their focus line of planners, which are often undated. They also have dated planners for that, but I will either go to that or maybe look up into something else. But I'm not going into a Hobonichi cousin for work because I don't enjoy it at all. And yes, some reasons might seem silly, but it means a lot to me that I just don't feel comfortable using it. There's also the fact that this is a silly look for my work planner as far as I'm concerned. You might be fine with it, it's totally okay. For me, I like the look that EC focus planners have. It has a sophisticated look which I like, but at the same time they have colors, so it is not like it is completely dull. I don't know how to explain it. Maybe I can get a planner next time and show it over here, but I feel that style works for me as far as my work life is concerned. So this I will drop for next year. And let us just go ahead into the next planners. Now the next one that I have is this. This is a Hobonichi Weeks. This has been my social media planner. So this is like a between sort of situation for me where I like it and I don't like it. It's more of like it, okay? So I'll just show you maybe a little. Let's see. So if you've seen it, it's kind of quite messy. This is my messy planner and I'm happy with it. I've already pre-planned for the months up to even December for that matter. So I've enjoyed using the monthlies. I have used the weeklies where I used it as notes pages. I don't really need the weekly section. It's more of memo pages for me. And the thing is, I didn't use much of the weekly. See, I think I've used somewhere till June maybe. Yes, that's about it. Okay, so the rest of it is empty, and maybe I will use a little more as there are a few months left. But see, most of the planner is empty and that makes me sad. So the problem is that I enjoyed this planner, but I don't need so much of the memo pages in the back. I love the monthlies, the rest are just a little too much for me. And the reason is simple, because I have a regular job which takes up most of my day and I don't have time to be, that consistent on social media where I'm posting on a everyday basis. I am consistent enough monthly, but I'm not posting every day. So what happens often is that I'm more or less speaking on the spot, like as it goes. I do not write a script for it and prepare and come over here. There are of course some videos where I've actually prepared points for that and have noted that down in this book, but not a complete script for it, as I know that some people do. So what happens is I don't need all the space for planning. Okay, I just need to plan out my videos, for which I require the monthly spread, and of course maybe a few notes pages. That's about it. So if you have any suggestions for me for a social media planner for next year, I would love to hear on that. As of now, I'm thinking of the Erin Condren Petit planners, the A5 ones. If I'm not mistaken, they have monthly spreads, and I think they have like 2 notes pages between each monthly spread and a few at the back. I'm not really sure, so I'm waiting for that, so that maybe I will buy that. Or another idea that I have is somehow to incorporate everything into my main planner, that is my Hobonichi cousin. So that is what is going on in my mind now, because this will get over in December and I need something for next year. So not really sure. Anyway, let's go ahead to the next thing. The next two are not really planners, they are journals in fact. Not even journals for that matter. The sneaker, the Hobonichi blue sneaker, is what I started in the last quarter, and again a beautiful failure. This was what I used for language learning. I don't know why, but I think few weeks that I started using this, I stopped language learning completely. So I've literally not studied anything since I started with this planner. I think I've used a few pages and that's about it. This I'm not going to use in the next quarter as well. Okay, at least the other planners I will definitely continue with them for the rest of the year. I'm dropping this already because I've stopped using it. I had to find this book for this video. I did not even know where it was. Okay, but at the same time, I'm not dropping the idea of language learning, just to be clear. I am in that state of mind where I will start with language learning next year now. When Jan comes, I'm just not in the mood to begin with it now. I know it's not a good thing, but that is where I am right now. Anyway, this one I loved it. Okay, so this messy notebook that you see is a Hobonichi A6 notebook. This is in fact an old used notebook that I had, which I again brought up this year so that I can use it for whatever I want to write. I do not know whether this is a commonplace notebook, but what I do with it is I write down lists. Okay, so they could be shopping list, wish list. Wish list does not have to be just related to shopping, any kind of wish list. Maybe some random ideas that come to mind. I don't find any other book in hand. This is right next to me, so often I just take this and note it down for that specific month. So these are some tabs I had. So there are 12. So I've written down in every month according to the needs of that month. I really enjoyed it. Okay, this is again a messy one. It's not a really beautiful one, but I really enjoy doing that. I will continue this all the way till December, but as far as next year is concerned, I'm not dropping the ideas that I did as far as wish lists and such are concerned, but I think I want to again incorporate this into my Hobonichi cousin, that is my main planner, instead of having a separate book for it. So that is what I'm thinking as now. I'm not sure how that plan will work out. The reason is simple because creating this wish list somehow managed to make me less frivolous. I do not know how to say that because maybe made me spend less. Okay, so if you have seen my videos, you might have noticed that September I think was the month where I spent a lot on stationery, but for most of the year I actually did not spend anything on stationery. And I think even now I have not bought any stickers or washi this entire year, which makes me quite proud of myself that I managed to stop myself. Not that I'm saying that it's a bad thing for everyone. It is just that I used to not use them. I used to just buy them and they were there. I still have my old ones in my drawer in an Archer and Olive box. And I feel that it was a waste of money because I didn't use them. If I were using them, it's a different matter. So I'm quite glad that I've been, quite held myself back from doing that this year, buying unnecessarily. And I think this writing down the lists have weirdly helped me with that. So what I do is each month I create a wish list, and then somehow obviously I tick off the ones I've already bought. The rest I forward it to the next month. What happens often is that either that particular thing ends up getting cancelled completely, I don't buy it, I lose interest by the time several days or months pass, or maybe I reach a point that I still need it. Okay, then I will buy it. Okay, but at least I have not bought often from every month from a particular store as such. So yes, I'm really happy about this one. So I will somehow include this in my next year's planner system. Maybe not the same book, but I will try to include this. So those are my planners and books that I have. Now just some other things that form a part of my system. So as far as stickers and such are concerned, you might have noticed that I'm not much into stickers or decorating this year, but they still form a part of it in some ways. Now this one is an Erin Condren sticker book, one of their first ones. They have a lot more new designs now, and this is from MU print on stickers. So this one is smaller, more of an A6. I would say this is like an A5 size, and I love both of them. Do I use them consistently? Not exactly, because like I said, I have not bought stickers this year. What are there in this, first of all, are only in the first few pages. There are stickers, stencils, I think a few sticky notes as well. And the reason is simple. This one has a lot. I don't even use these now. Yes, these are probably the only stickers that I'm really consistent with. You can see that I've used them up. But the others, frankly, I don't use them. They're all full because of that. So yeah, I'm trying to use them, but this is why I'm not buying anymore. I'm just trying to use up the ones that I have, but these are no longer really my style. But I don't want to waste them, so I'll probably use them. Anyway, these are good, I feel. They have lasted me a long while. This, I think, I don't know when they released it, but this was one of their first sticker books, and it's still in good condition. I pick it up whenever I need it, okay? So that's about that. Then as far as folders are concerned, I like the Nahi folders. They have these clear folders, which I have in, I think, the A4, A5 and A6 size. The small one I don't really use, but the other two I use for work. So I would really recommend them, the clear folders that are there. I do not know whether you know what I'm speaking of, but I enjoy them. Then these. Stationery, as far as I'm concerned, in terms of writing tools, these are the two that I use consistently. I am more of a pen only person, not completely, but I work with one pen. So this is the pen that comes from the Hobonichi store when you order from them, and this is what I use for work. The ballpoint, I use all three colors for work in some way or the other. I really enjoy it. Sadly, I just have, I think, two for next year, which may get over soon. We'll see how that turns out.